Hey everybody, happy July 24th, 2024. Coming to you again with another video about a project that I've been wanting to do for over 3 years now. And haven't been able to do it because I haven't had the funding to do it. And so I feel like that time is going to come to an end fairly soon. And I'm very excited about sharing this project with all my followers and fans out there who want to know more about what I plan to do in the next years ahead, decades ahead. And so I'm excited about creating this video for you, and perhaps you'll find this will be inspiring and encouraging, and perhaps you'll see that these things can be done. These things are monumental things, but they can be accomplished, with the right amount of leadership, with the right amount of funding, with the right amount of people involved that have high integrity, and they desire to see our country grow and become more prosperous and strong. So let me begin on talking about what I want to do. And I think many people really can't imagine the government doing something like this, but a very wealthy entrepreneur, beyond the imagination of anybody, certainly could organize enough people and enough influence to make this a possibility. So I'm going to build a city called Tinseltown, and this town is not really a town, it's a city, but I wanted to come up with a really great name for a entertainment capital of the world, and I thought of Tinseltown because that's the kind of idea of movie making and the theater and the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. That was a kind of a name that they would use. So I was like, well, there's no city named that, and so I think that would be an appropriate name for my vision for this city. And it's gonna require somewhere about I would say, for a good sized city, 30 to 60,000 acres. And this city would be the size of Las Vegas. And I don't want to think of it as a replacement for Las Vegas and Hollywood as a combined city, because people still, I love Las Vegas, and I spent almost 2.5 years of my life in that city and on the Strip, and I've had a lot of experiences, good and bad. A lot of harsh experiences under really difficult conditions, and really in a lot of conditions where you don't have a ton of energy to do stuff. But under those conditions, I was able to thrive and prosper with the help of television and with the movie magic that we were doing in those years. And you can go back and look at some of the titles of those movies that came out and realize that we were doing something really, really important back then, and we're still doing it now. And we're going to continue to keep doing stuff and continue to grow the industry as great as possible. I think we're being challenged by China and being challenged by India and some of these other nations who want to get into movie making, and we invented it. We created the French would say they've created it, but we created it. We created the industry. We built the studio system, and we may have not invented the camera, so to speak, but we did invent the studio system. We invented the idea of a movie theater, a Nickelodeon, where you pay 5 cents to go in and go see a movie. And we invented that whole concept of shooting and then putting it into can, editing, and then doing premieres and allowing people to go see screenings of their favorite movie. So this is something we came up with as Americans, and we should continue to be proud of the ability for us to be creative and wanting to drive the movie industry forward. And so this city in particular will really focus on the entertainment industry and things that I want to include in this building project. It would be a designated buildings for certain organizations within the industry, like the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild, and Creative Artists, and giving them a place or a plot where they can construct their own brand new headquarters or meeting places for their members that are heavily inclined to be in the movie industry. I'm also going to be designing and having a design made for a film school comparative to the likes of USC and there's just not a lot of film schools out there. Maybe Austin, Texas has a film school. I wouldn't know, but I know USC has a very UCLA, has a film school. So that will be part of it. I'm going to have perhaps 5 to 15 5-star hotels and resorts built. I'm looking at establishing 8 to 10 film studios, like full-fledged movie studios that will produce and entertain the American masses in the world with 25 tentpole movies every year. So, that's roughly about 200 movies, high budget, action-packed movies every year. And so it'll be a lot of options and choices for your family and the people that you hang out with to go see, and it gives a lot of industry professionals more opportunities to be in great movies. They'll have we'll have resorts. We'll have gaming, casinos, and shops. I'm not huge into gaming in terms of encouraging gambling addiction, but I feel that the idea of playing poker is not a horrible idea. I love playing poker and card games, Texas Hold'em, you name it. And Pineapple is a card game, and you could play it and make some money. I think it's fun, so I'm all for. And I've made some money off the game machines, so like the Deal or No Deal machine's kind of cool with the suitcases, and they got like all sorts of neat stuff, like the Chinese game machines with the dragons and stuff is kind of cool. So yeah, it's kind of neat to just sit there and just sip on some soda and do the thing where you press the button and all the the wheels turn, and you might get the three same, you might match the images. So that's always that's a good way to kill time sometimes. You might make some money, so I like it. It's not horrible. The other thing too is included with that is as time goes on and I venture into getting very strong and wise M&A lawyers to acquire new businesses. I'm looking at perhaps a theme park deal with Disney and a theme park deal with Warner Brothers, and possibly with Paramount and Universal to create literally brand new full-fledged theme parks in the city of Tinseltown, where it'll be partnering with the film studio system in there, and so it'll be in the same kind of location. So imagine Las Vegas, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and Dubai all put into one city, and that's what you should expect from what I'm working on. Going to build a lot of new homes. A lot of houses will be in the range of $200,000 to $300,000 in terms of purchasing power, and then I'm gonna build a lot of Megamansions. Probably 1,000 or 2,000 Megamansions for famous influencers who want to, or even if they're not famous, influencers that have the money to afford a new house and give them more buying opportunities for new homes. I'm going to have a brand new airport built directly in the city, so there will be an airport to fly right into the city and be able to have a good time and to do business. I think other thing I'm going to be having is I'm going to build a large church sanctuary in the city for believers who wants to participate in the church and want to have a place of prayer. That will be within the city. Golf courses, I want to get some of the, maybe one or two golf courses, and I don't know if I'm gonna make them clubs with houses or anything, but I'm certainly thinking about golf courses, and maybe get like a famous golfer like Jack Nicklaus to do a golf course, or Fazio to do a design for me. Having a horse race track is another thing where people can gamble on horse races, and so that will be there. Car race track, have one of those there. I mean, this city's gonna have everything that you can think of. We're gonna have fighting arenas, like really meant for boxing and MMA, so we can have large pay-per-view events there. I'm gonna have a walk of fame to recognize accomplished artists and give them something that they can be proud of, and an award of like the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame will be similar to that, but it'll be in a different city. It'll be in Tinseltown, and so we'll be able to create an area from scratch that's very pretty to look at, and be able to walk on the stars many more times without, Hollywood is kind of run down. If you go down by the Chinese theater, that area is kind of a wasteland. It's just kind of old and poor, and we'll take care of I'm going to take care of the poor people. I got a lot of plans for homeless and the food insecure of people out there. So but I want to share this. We have wax museums, and build a water park, and then like a Sea World. I have like they'll have whales and sharks and stuff that you can take the family, and that'd be fun. And then I'm gonna have a future museum, so it's about like aliens and the future of America and stuff like that. We're gonna have designated parks and retail, like Rodeo Drive, high-end shopping. And then in terms of the film part of it, we're going to have different places where movies can be made, and themes, like a Western ghost town, a European town. It kind of looks like somewhere in Italy. Antebellum town, it kind of looks like something in like the 1800s in Louisiana. An Asian town that kind of looks like China. Mexican Mission. Roman town, it kind of looks like Pompeii. Colonial town, it kind of looks like Williamsburg. And then I'm gonna also build live theaters, like they used to call them vaudeville theaters, but these will be live Broadway shows that you would see in New York, or in Los Angeles, or in Vegas. I don't know what kind of live shows they have out there with the Playbill organization. I don't know if they even do those out there, but yeah. So we'll have vaudeville theaters. We're gonna build coffee houses, and maybe I'll work with Malibu Coffee. I like their coffee. It's really good. Starbucks coffee is really good. There's just a lot of Beans and Brew is really good coffee. So we might put something out there that people are really gonna love and enjoy. And put a World War II memorial out there. Remember all our military and how they sacrificed their lives and their time for us, so that we can have a movie business. And I think we should never forget the amount of entertainers that were involved with going over there into Europe and fighting for our behalf. I'm going to build a Legoland with permission of Lego, and we'll see where that goes. I want to build a sky rail and then a huge clock tower, and that will be able to tell time. And then I'm going to have an opera house, an amphitheater, a ranch style resort, digital billboards for companies who want to advertise. No, I try to remove as much traffic as possible. So we'll have film studio tours, and then I'm gonna have a screening theater there, so you can actually go to a movie theater downtown. Will be the largest screening theater in the country, and then I'll have a classic film cinema for people who are cinephiles who want to watch some of the old movies from the the golden age of Hollywood. And so they'll have opportunities to see remastered movies that will reach out to an older generation and hopefully a new generation. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan for that, and it's going to continue to become more expansive as it gets started. I hope to see a lot of movie premieres done there, so it gives a lot of people an opportunity to kind of witness the glitz and glamour of Hollywood up close. Los Angeles is so, I've been to Los Angeles, and it's just not the layout anymore. That just, it doesn't, the layout's just too disconnected, I think, from everything. It's Burbank, and then you gotta go to Studio City, and then you gotta go to Beverly Hills, and then you gotta go to Hollywood Drive. It's just all space. It's too disconnected in my view. So this will kind of bring all that together, and then hopefully we'll see a lot of live music done there, because I'll be building a lot of venues. That'll be part of that vaudeville theater system. So we'll try to get some of our artists to want to perform there. I'm sure they'll willingly take money to do that. And then, the last thing, I'm gonna have these restaurants made. We're gonna have lots of restaurants like Las Vegas, these 5-star like Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay type restaurants built out there. I'm sure they'll be wanting to do that just when they see the whole layout of the land. But I can't really predict what state this will be in. Some likely candidates I think is Texas, obviously. Maybe a more deserty state. Florida is a possibility. South Carolina is something I'm thinking about just because of the weather, and the weather there is generally very warm all the year round. So it's a city that never sleeps, and literally never sleeps. And so it might be a place where people might enjoy and have a good time. So I really think that's a strong possibility. Anywho, I'll be talking more about this as time goes on. I'll have renderings, and I'll probably get a host of 20 or 34 architects together, and we're gonna hash this out. And I think the American people are gonna love this city. I think they're gonna find there'll be a lot of business done in this city, and we're gonna try to keep the streets clean as possible, and try to prevent any sleaze and nastiness to interfere with our fun of making creative things and doing fun things, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all the garbage and rubbish that has been in the entertainment industry. And you almost need a whole new brand just to think about it in a right way, and so hopefully we can clean up that part of the business, and allow people to have a lot more fun with their families, and have a really good time with on the weekends, or or even live out there, and so they can have fun all the time and do a lot of cool stuff. Anyways, that's all that I have today. All right, signing off. Bye bye.